Hello, precious listeners. Welcome back to another episode of the Embrace the Mud podcast. Today, we're diving into a topic that can be a major relationship game changer. We are discussing the impact of repeatedly threatening the relationship. Dr. Stan Tatkin, a renowned relationship expert, tells us that a relationship simply cannot survive these threats. But why can't it? And how can we address this challenging behavior to create secure, thriving connections? Let's dive in and unravel this together. You are listening to the Embrace the Mud podcast, where we discuss all things related to healthy, joyful, and life-giving relationships. Why focus on relationships? Because the quality of our intimate partnerships and close connections influences our health, happiness, and longevity more than anything else in our lives. Relationships matter a lot. So together, let's jump into the mud, aka our messy relationships, pull some weeds, plant some seeds, and create an enriching environment where strong relationships can take root. I am your grateful host, Dara Posner. I am a relational disaster working toward relational mastery. I am also a positive psychology coach, a relational mindset coach, a blogger, and now a podcaster. Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Embrace the Mud podcast, where we discuss all things related to healthy, joyful, life-giving relationships. If you are a fan of this podcast, please subscribe, follow, like, review, and share. Your engagement in this way is crucial to the success of the podcast, and I appreciate you taking just a few seconds to support my mission, which is to help people like you flourish in life and love. Okay, so first off, let's explore why repeatedly threatening the relationship is like breaking the foundation of your connection. According to Dr. Tatkin, relationships are built on a foundation of safety and security. And threats like I'll leave or we're done, I can't do this anymore, they shake this foundation, making it hard for trust and intimacy to flourish. So why do people resort to threatening the relationship, especially during heated arguments? Well, in most cases, it's a defense mechanism. It's a way of saying, if you don't see it my way, I'll just leave. In the heat of the moment, it might feel like an adequate way to gain control over the situation or wake your partner up and make them understand your perspective. But here's the tricky thing. Repeatedly using this threat can create a toxic cycle and essentially a never-ending loop of insecurity and fear, which is the antithesis of secure functioning relationships. The threatened partner may perpetually feel unsafe and constantly on edge, while the one making the threats feels continually unheard or dismissed. So how can we address this behavior to maximize the sense of safety needed for a secure functioning relationship? Well, it all begins with repairing the foundation, and that starts with acknowledging the impact of these threats, understanding that they erode trust and security and make it difficult, if not impossible, for love to thrive. So it's open, honest communication that is your greatest ally. This will soothe the wounds created by these threats. You have to encourage your partner to express their feelings and concerns without fearing that the relationship will be threatened. If this pattern persists, professional help from a skilled and trained therapist or coach may be necessary. And this way you can receive the support that you need to break the cycle and find healthier ways of communicating and getting your needs met and resolving your conflicts. In the end, please remember that secure functioning relationships, when I imagine them, to me, what I envision is like a majestic oak tree, a big, strong, tall tree rooted in safety and trust. So by addressing and healing the impact of these repeated threats, you can build a foundation that allows your love to flourish and to grow strong and tall. In conclusion, my precious listeners, remember that the impact of repeatedly threatening the relationship cannot be understated. This will totally rock the foundation of your relationship and make it difficult or impossible for intimacy and connection to thrive. By recognizing that this is a destructive pattern and actively working towards open communication and even seeking professional support can help you create a relationship that thrives on trust, security, and love. Tomorrow is October 1st, you guys. You know what that means? That means that there are 3 months left in 2023. And that also means that there's still time this year for you to turn your relationship around if it's struggling. If threats to the relationship are a constant and they are eroding the foundation of the relationship that you care about and want to improve and heal, I have created a 12-week program. You can work with me either alone or with your partner in weekly sessions that are designed to help you create that secure, functioning relationship that you both need and deserve, so that not only your relationship can flourish, but each of you can flourish as individuals as well. If you want to learn more about my program, please head over to mudcoaching.com. Read about what I do, read about how I do it and who I work with. And if it seems like a match for you, please click on the contact button, fill out the short form, and you'll be hearing from me shortly. In the meantime, you guys, my hope for you is that as you engage in your relationships this week, you can keep your lines of communication open. You can keep your heart open, and you can stay committed to not just okay relationships, but truly thriving relationships that are rooted in safety, security, and love. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. I will be back very soon with another one. In the meantime, you can find me on Instagram. My handle is at Embrace the Mud. Please send me a DM and let me know that you're listening to the podcast. I would love to connect with you. Until I'm back here again, please, please, please remember, you are wired for love and connection. You are capable of love and connection. You are worthy of love and connection. I'll see you next time.